What's new at Disneyland Paris? From new snack locations, new merchandise, new adventures and a brand new park name. We have loads to discuss. Now the very first new thing at Disneyland Paris, which I'm very excited to see the return of, is that you can get yourself a very fun, unique souvenir from Disneyland Paris now. On Main Street USA, you can have your own silhouette made by an artist and then you can take it home with you. And you can get that design in so many different ways. You can either have it in a frame, in a Mickey frame, just get the print on its own. Depending on how many of you there are, it's going to cost a little bit more or less. I think it starts from around 15 euros and goes all the way up to 60 euros. But this is something that the American parks have. They have it in Magic Kingdom. I've never done it, but now that it's here in Disneyland Paris again, I feel like maybe I should try it at some point. So if you want to get yourself a unique souvenir from Disneyland Paris, then you can find the new silhouette area on Market Street, right next to Market House Deli. So where the terrace area is, you'll find the location there. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like me to try it, and maybe in a future vlog I will actually go and get myself my silhouette. Now something that I think is very exciting is that we have a whole new snack cart in Frontierland, and Frontierland is a land that definitely needs more snacks and little snack carts like the one that has just opened. You can hear Big from the Mountain just going past, but this is called the Overland Trail Cafe, and like I said, it's a little snack cart, very nicely themed as well. I love how they've made sure to make it in theme with Frontierland and Thunder Mesa and everything around the area. This new cafe sells turkey legs and churros, so now we've got two locations in Disneyland Paris for the time being where you can get yourself churros, and Thunder Mountain's just gone past again. From what I've heard, the churros here are meant to be a little bit better than the ones that you can get from Casa de Coco, which is the restaurant here, the Coco themed restaurant in the same land. So let me know if you'd like me to try it. I will probably try it at some point, maybe on my next trip, because I'm interested. I want to see if Disneyland Paris can do some decent churros, because I've never really had a good churro in Disneyland Paris personally. And the turkey legs as well. I've tried the turkey legs here before at the Last Chance Cafe, and now they sell them here as well. This is definitely a good thing. The more snack areas they have here, the better. It just helps with the crowds, because it can get very crowded in this area of Disneyland Paris. Speaking of food, at Pia Bellon, which is one of the more popular quick service restaurants in Fantasyland and Disneyland Paris, we have a new option. So they've recently added a Porto Resto pesto pasta to menu 3, and you can get it as a kids portion as well if you want to, as well as a la carte. If you want it as a menu, it's going to be 18 euros. But the fact that it's a pesto pasta, it means that it's going to be vegetarian friendly, so it's always good to have more vegetarian options in any of the quick service restaurants actually in Disneyland Paris. And it also goes well with the theming of this restaurant, and of course Luca was added to the theming of the restaurant last year. So I'm happy, and again I would love to know if you've tried it or if you would like me to try it maybe next time I'm here. Now this next one might be a little bit controversial, but as of recently you can actually pay to book a guaranteed reserved spot for you to watch either the parade, the daily parade, or the nighttime show here at Disneyland Paris. Now you can do this on the app, and you can either pay in advance or on the day when you're here in the park. Think of it basically a little bit like Premier Access, but just for the nighttime show and the parade instead of for the attractions. Now like I said, some people say it's controversial because obviously Disney's asking for more money just to guarantee a spot to watch the fireworks or the parade, but it's not something that you have to do by any means. It's your choice. You don't have to pay for this at all. There are so many areas that you can stand and watch the fireworks without paying to watch them. Same with the parade. Honestly, the parade route is so long, it literally goes down Main Street, so you really do not have to pay 15, 20 euros just to be able to see it. So the option is there for you. So if you want to make sure, if you want to guarantee that you're going to be able to see either the nighttime show or the parade, for instance, maybe it might be your like number one thing that you want to do, then you can go on the app and book yourself a reserved spot. Now the prices start from around 15 euros to 20. That's per person, by the way. So if you're a family of 4, then it will add up if you're paying 19 euros per person just to be able to watch the fireworks show from a reserved area together. Now if you want my personal opinion, I really don't think you need it, especially for the parade. Don't bother paying for it. I mean, like I said, unless you absolutely want to have like an amazing spot and you don't want to have to wait too long and you want to get there last minute and you don't want too many people around you, then sure, it might be worth it for you. It's not something I would recommend. The nighttime show is a little bit different though, especially because at the moment we've got the electrical sky parade happening every evening before the fireworks as well, which is an incredible, outstanding drone show unique to Disneyland Paris. So if you pay to have a reserved spot for the fireworks, you will also be able to see the drone show from an incredible viewing spot. So yeah, I think that might be worth it, at least for one of the evenings if you really want to see them from an amazing view, but don't think that you absolutely need it. I promise you, you can still enjoy the fireworks without paying 19 euros per person for it. What I will say though, out of interest, over the course of the past few days that I've been here in Disneyland Paris, I did go on the app just to see, out of interest, if I could book one for myself, especially for the fireworks, and they're all sold out. So for the days of the 11th, 12th and 13th of April at least, which I mean, I guess it's because it's close to Disneyland Paris's anniversary, so maybe that's why it's busy and it's sold out. But yeah, absolutely sold out. I couldn't book a slot whatsoever. So if if you really want to book a slot, then maybe book it in advance. Don't wait until you get here. But what do you think? Would you pay somewhere between 15 and 20 euros per person to be able to watch the fireworks or the parade from a guaranteed reserved area? The next update has to do with Fantasyland, and more specifically Casey Jr. and Le Pays de Contes de Fées, the two rides at the back of Fantasyland, which both kind of revolve around the same storyline. So these two rides are now currently both closed, and they will be closed for quite some time because they are being renovated. They're adding 2 scenes actually to the rides, especially for the storybook ride. I think that's going to be very, very cool. We're going to get a new Frozen scene as well as a new Winnie the Pooh scene. So I'm very excited about both of them. For Winnie the Pooh fans, it's going to be cute to see them. And then of course, if you love Frozen, which I think most people do, it's going to be cute to see, you know, Arendelle as you're going through the storybook ride. So yeah, just beware if you are coming to Disneyland Paris in the next, I want to say 6 months at least minimum, then these two rides will be closed. Of course, as soon as we have an official reopening date for both of these rides, Casey Jr. and Le Pays de Contes de Fées, then I'll be sure to let you know. Now, speaking of renovations in Disneyland Paris, this next one is not quite as exciting, but pretty practical. So behind me you can see Casey's Corner, and right next to it there's a meet and greet area where you can normally meet characters like Chip and Dale or sometimes Donald. Stitch used to be there at times, and as you can see right now there's some walls there. They're covered up because they're basically building roofs both for Casey's Corner and the meet and greet area, so that when it rains, when it snows, because Paris is notoriously rainy, especially in the winter months, it can get quite cold and sometimes snows as well. It's going to make it a lot more practical for meet and greets to be able to still go ahead even when it does rain or snow, so that the characters and the guests can be protected undercover. And same with Casey's Corner. So the terrace area of Casey's Corner used to be not covered, used to be completely outdoors, and sometimes that can be problematic. In the summer months like today, it's a gorgeous day right now, it's very nice and hot in April, beautiful day, then it's fine, then you want it to be outside, but the cover just means that, you know, it can work in both scenarios. It can work when it's raining but also when it's sunny. So yeah, that should be very good when it reopens. Now, a ride that's recently changed and is already back open and ready for you to experience is of course Star Tours, which has now been called Star Tours The Adventure Continues. And since a few weeks ago there are some new adventures that you can have when you go on Star Tours. They've got new scenes, locations and characters from some Disney Plus shows, which is exciting, like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Andor I think as well. Pardon me, I don't really know too much about Star Wars, but new scenes, and apparently you can get now up to 260 different experiences when you go on Star Tours The Adventure Continues in Discoveryland. So definitely come and experience it next time you're in Disneyland Paris. And of course you can't guarantee which scene you're going to get, which experience you're going to get, so that's also exciting. But the good thing is Star Tours normally only has a 5 to 10 minute wait, so you can keep going back until you get the scene and the adventure that you want. Now of course in all my What's New at Disneyland Paris videos I do have to show you some of the new merch available, so let's go inside the Emporium and check it out. So Disneyland Paris has recently released 3 new Spirit Jersey colours, and this one is by far my favourite. This is honestly one of my favourite shades of blue, if not my absolute favourite shade of blue. It's got the Disneyland Paris logo, as all Spirit Jerseys do here in Disneyland Paris, 1992, and then on the back it says Disneyland Paris. Yeah, I absolutely love this colour, and of course they all come with a set hat to go with it. So the blue hat, look at that, Disneyland Paris is a bucket hat, priced at 40 euros. That is definitely very expensive, but I mean, it's beautiful. Look at the color of it. And I'm pretty sure the Spirit Jersey will be about 80 euros. Let's have a look. No, 65. Oh wow, the Spirit Jerseys are 65 euros, these ones anyway. So you got like an orangey one, it's not orange, like pinkish maybe, salmony, and then blue, and then like a yellow green one. Let me know in the comments down below which of these 3 new colours you would go for. Of course, they are still selling the black classic Spirit Jersey as well, which was actually the first ever Spirit Jersey that was released here in Paris. We have now come into the Walt Disney Studios store at the entrance of Walt Disney Studios Park, because they've got a whole new Paris range that was recently released. I'm guessing to celebrate the fact that the Olympics are going to be happening this summer in Paris. And look at that. These are the new ears here. You've got the Eiffel Tower and the castle in the middle. It's very nice actually. Price-wise it's 25 euros, which compared to Disney World is honestly isn't even too bad. You've got a scarf in this range, again with a similar type of design. You get a little money bag perhaps. It says Disneyland Paris. You got a little bow. The Aristocats are on there. Yeah, it's pretty cute, and it's 26 euros for that. We've got a nice little jumper which has embroidery on it, Disneyland Paris, some little hearts, and the Aristocats look really cute. They're also embroidered, and then you've got like the backdrop of Paris. 50 euros for this, by the way. But yeah, these are lovely. You've got a little cap here. The cap is 28 euros. That's actually rather expensive for a cap. We have got a notebook with the Eiffel Tower on there, and the Aristocats again, Disneyland Paris. It's basically as French as it gets, this range, and the notebook is 20 euros, which isn't too bad. We've got some jewellery, little necklaces, even some earrings here with the Aristocats. I mean, I feel like this range is going to be very popular. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the range. I feel like the Olympics crowds are really going to enjoy this. Disneyland Paris, this says, it's the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. Again, the Aristocats. This mug is 17 euros. And look, they've even got a Spirit jersey. And it's actually a rather cute Spirit jersey. I mean, again, we've got the Aristocats, the 3 of them on the front. And they're in gold. On the back, we've got Disneyland Paris. And it's different fonts, different lettering to what they normally put on the Disneyland Paris jerseys. And you've got the hearts here as well. Very cute. It's almost like 3D. And also on the bottom, look at that. The Paris skyline again with the Aristocats. This is a really, really nice Spirit jersey. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Aristocats. I also don't feel like I necessarily need something just because it's got the Eiffel Tower on it and it's like representing France. But I feel like, again, tourists are really, really, hopefully, going to enjoy this. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think of this new range? Are you going to buy the Spirit jersey if you're visiting anytime soon? It's 80 euros, by the way. I mean, it's nice. I like all the details on it. And I think the front is also not too over the top. Like, it's quite subtle. And then the back has all the main elements of it. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. We are in Avengers Campus now in Walt Disney Studios Park because very soon, on the 25th of May, there will be a brand new show coming to this park starring Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts, the Mad Hatter, and a lot of other characters. It's going to be officially called Alice, the Queen of Hearts, Back to Wonderland. And I'm looking forward to it because based on what we've seen so far, the costumes, the creative designs behind the show, I feel like it's going to look incredible. Everything looks very unique, a little bit like Cirque du Soleil kind of vibes, but also they're going to be using acrobats and BMX performers. It's going to be almost like a stunt show, but also a musical, like so many things and elements combined to make hopefully a very, very fun, exciting show. And you can actually choose between 2 endings. Apparently, I'm not quite sure what it means. We're all going to have to find out once the show starts on the 25th of May, but I'm intrigued about this. I feel like Disneyland Paris always likes to push the boundaries when it comes to performance. Live entertainment, Disneyland Paris do so well here in the parks, and I feel like this is going to be no exception personally. And the theatre where this new Alice show is going to be playing at is going to be called Theatre de Stars, which is the new name for the outdoors theatre that used to be here for when Motor Action show used to happen, the stunt show back in the day. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the theatre looks like now and also seeing a brand new show in there. I'm really looking forward to it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think based on what we've seen so far? I mean, we've also heard a song from the show, a very fun, poppy, catchy song, which I feel like, again, Disneyland Paris do very, very well. Look, I'm excited. I know it looks a little bit strange. The concept art looks just a little bit different to what maybe we think of Alice, but I like that Disneyland Paris pushes boundaries, and I feel like maybe we're all going to be surprised. And of course, the final piece of news for this What's New at Disney is that Studio One in Walt Disney Studios Park will be closing very, very soon. In fact, it might already be closed by the time you're watching this. It's going to be closing on the 24th of April 2024. They're going to be remodeling it both from the outside and inside, I believe, but mainly the inside is going to have a new concept art, which hopefully you'll be seeing right now. It's going to look a little bit different, similar but different. The restaurant's going to be gone as well, changed to a different restaurant, so goodbye to restaurant Enquiries, my least favorite quick service restaurant in Disneyland Paris is going now. Low-key, I'm going to miss it a little bit just because I've become so used to just walking past it. I very rarely eat there, but I do walk past it every time I come into studios. So yeah, if you are visiting Disneyland Paris anytime from the 24th of April onwards, then just beware that this is not going to exist. You'll still be able to go to the park and enjoy all the different lands and different rides and attractions and shows. I mean, the park is going to be open. Walt Disney Studios Park is very much open. Even throughout the renovations, it will be open. So don't worry, you're still going to have an amazing time. The shows are there. So many amazing rides, character meets. It's just the entrance. This over here is no longer going to be with us. At least for a year it's going to be closed, I think, is what they've said. So yeah, definitely don't expect it to be back until April, May of 2025 at the earliest. So just bear that in mind. This is our final goodbye to Studio One at Walt Disney Studios Park, which also is going to be getting a brand new name for when Frozen opens. So we've still got a little bit of time until the name officially changes, but it's going to be changed to Disney Adventure World. So Walt Disney Studios isn't going to be here forever. So make sure you make the most of your time in this park. If there's anything you like with Walt Disney Studios merchandise on it, then maybe get it, because it might become very, very sought after in the future. And just enjoy the park for what it is and get excited for what's to come. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram if you want to get more up-to-date updates, and also make sure you subscribe and put the notification bell on as well so that you can find out when I post. I normally try and post at least 3 or 4 times per week, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, and sometimes on Saturdays too. So it is a little bit windy. I love you, and I will leave you in the next one. Bye.